Lads and gents, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. You want to make a lot of coins, use Mut Exchange. I've made well over 50 to 60 mil literally in a couple of months, boys. It's unbelievable. They got a snipe spotter, which is essentially like, hey, do you want free coins? Yeah, take it. It shows you the snipe, you buy it, you sell it. It literally tells you what the card sells for. It tells you everything. You need it, boys, all right? And then sets. It shows you every single set that's profitable on the game right now. It's unbelievable. Really, really solid, boys. Make sure you use code TATE, link down in the description, boys. Mut Exchange, the #1 coin maker out there. Alrighty, boys, we got railed on our last couple of videos, opening 98 to 99 packs, opening Action Elite packs, pretty much opening every single pack that you could possibly think of. We pulled straight minimums. So, simple move today, make coins. And we're going to do that in the most fun way possible, alright, boys? It's an extremely fun way. I really want to watch a movie, and I've been told by a lot of people, I've seen it all over TikTok. I've known this for a while now, but apparently I need to watch the movie Parasite, alright? So I'm going to watch the movie Parasite real quick, and while I do so, I'm going to have Mut Exchange up, boys, and we're going to be sniping, alright? Sniping up that juicer magooser action. If you don't know what sniping is, boys, it's buying a card for cheaper and selling it for more, right? So you got, like, say, Snoop Dogg that goes for, like, 3 million coins. Say Snoop Dogg 99 goes for 3 million coins, but someone decides to post them up for 1 million coins. Mut Exchange would tell me that the card posted up for 1 million coins. I'd buy it for 1 million coins, sell it for 3 million coins, and make about 2 million coins profit. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired, bro. I literally woke up at like 8 a.m. this morning. Or sorry, no, woke up at 5 a.m. this morning after going to sleep at like 1 a.m. Train was live. I don't feel bad for me. It was my own choice. Was watching my boy train. Okay, so don't feel bad for me. Okay, I know none of you did. But anyways, let's freaking get it. I took a nap. I literally just woke up from a nap. Still feeling tired. I don't know why, but let's get it, boys. Let's freaking go. Bang, that's the new 99 Cedric Tillman for minimum. Good stuff. Nice little like 60k profit. Not watching Parasite. That movie's in Korean and there's no English dubbed audio version, so I can't even watch it with like the overlaying English. So now I gotta find a new movie to watch. That freaking blows. W snipe though. Frick it. 223 goes for about 270, 280-ish. I'll take my 20, 30k profit. Still need to find a freaking movie to watch, bro. Boom! 96 Mike Gesicki for minimum right there. Really like that, baby. If you guys know, you know. It goes for like 95k. Really nice snipe. Nice. Little 97 for just above minimum there. Also, over 2 on movies. So I'm on my 3rd movie now because the second one I clicked on I didn't realize it was a musical. I don't want to watch a musical alone. That's kind of gay. I'm gonna buy that for 330 right there. Sells it for 410, so I'll take that little I don't know how much profit that is, but that's nice profit. Nice. Dude, I saw that snipe literally 10 seconds after it popped up. That's crazy. W Ted Hendricks snipe goes for about 180. Nice. Darnell Washington, 502, 700,000 coin card. Let's go, baby. Good stuff there. Nice. 99 overall Mike Alstott, 471. I believe cheapest was 6 something, but 471, maybe 590. Okay, if it sells 590, we're good. All recent sales were that I'm looking at 670, 777. So hopefully we can get this card to sell. It's funny. You guys saw me look at the card for a second. Ed Too Tall Jones, typically a card that goes for minimum. However, cheapest one up is like 180 to 190. Yeah, weird, goofy. We'll take it, man. I don't know. I was kind of looking at that one for a little bit. I think I'll take my free 30k profit. Considering I have enough coins, I'll just take my 300 or 30k profit and walk away. Nice. Minimum George Kittle goes for 160. Nice little 40K profit. Wow. 99 Robert Griffin for a minimum. Nice snipe right there. It's only like a 30 to 40K profit snipe, but still, it's a golden ticket for minimum. Pretty cool. Nice! Odafe Owe. Minimum. 168 right there. That card's not cheap. That's actually a pretty expensive one, right? Yeah, like 300K. Nice snipe right there, baby. Over 100K profit. Alrighty, boys. So really solid. So first and foremost, I'm filming the outro for this video about 2 days after I did this video. Good thing is the prices are the exact same. So all the snipes that you saw me get are still snipes. But also, I want to throw this in there because I'm going to show you guys what I bought the cards for and what I sold them for, right? I can sit here and tell you guys, oh wow, I just sniped a 98. That's going to sell for 150 and tell you guys I made like 130 or like 30K profit. But if I don't show you guys, I could totally be lying. So make sure you guys aren't, you know, trusting everything here. But I'm going to show you guys what they sold for so you guys know you can trust me. All right, boys? Also, got a couple of snipes on stream that night. The reason I couldn't clip those and post those, though, is because there's music playing in the background. And if you guys do any sort of YouTube or anything like that, you know it'll get copyright. And your entire video either get muted or you won't be able to monetize it at all. So that's not a good thing. So let's go ahead, boys, and show you guys what we did. So first and foremost, buys, what we paid for these cards. You guys saw like 14 different snipes, I believe. I forget if you saw like this Michael Vick. I don't think you did. But we bought this Michael Vick for 250,000 coins. Keep that in mind. 250,000 coins for a 99 overall golden ticket Michael Vick. Jimmy Graham. This is an interesting one because we took a fat juicy W on this one, boys. We bought it for 136 mil, and this is an extremely risky snipe. So I always say this about certain cards that are a little bit old, maybe, because the ones that are really old are typically pretty expensive because no one has them, right? This Jimmy Graham, very few people have this card. He's a good card. He's a Jimmy Graham middle linebacker, right? But he's an old card. He's an expensive card. There's rarely any up on the market. So he got it for 1.36 mil. I'll show you what he sold for. Scary Terry, 206,000 coins for 99. Decent. I'll show you what he sold for, right, boys? Marte Mapu. All right. I'm probably saying that name wrong, and if I am, I'm so sorry to all the Patriots fans out there. Bought him for 500K. Once again, we'll show you what we sold him for. Other than that, I think you saw every other snipe that we got, right? You saw this Owe for minimum. You saw this Griffin for minimum. You saw most of the other cards, but let's go ahead and show you guys what those 4 big time snipes sold for. Those ones we got during stream, by the way. Michael Vick, what did we buy him for? About 250K, right? 250 sold for 330. So after tax, you got to take 30K off of it. After tax, boom, we made about roughly 50,000 coins. Really solid for a 99 overall Michael Vick snipe. Solid, 50,000 coins, really solid. Let's move over here to the Jimmy Graham, boys. So we bought it for 1.36 million. Sold it for 1.89 million, so roughly 1.9 million. After tax gets taken off, you're going to get roughly 1.7 million back. So I essentially made like 340K, I think, on it is what the math comes out to. Might be a little off. I'm doing that all in my head, but we got about 1.7 million after tax on this card back, and we only paid 1.36 mil. So yeah, really, really solid. All right, we move on down to the Marte Mapu. All right. 754K. I bought it for 500K. What a snipe right there. 180K profit. Bang. That is so freaking lit. That is so freaking dope. And of course, Scary Terry. We bought this Scary Terry, boys, for what? 200K, brother. All right, 200K is what we spent on this card. We sell for 390. So after tax, you get 360. So we made about 160,000 coins profit on this snipe. What an amazing legendary run. All right, so in total, for the entire day that we sniped, from the 14 that you saw and these other 4 that I got during stream, we made 1.3 million coins. 1.3 million coins, boys. Really, really, really good. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what Mut Exchange is, you saw the intro. All right, you saw the freaking the ad and stuff like that. But just for anyone that's like, I still don't know what Mut Exchange is, it literally is a website, all right, boys, that yes, you got to buy a subscription to, because why wouldn't you? It literally gives you free coins, all right? It's worth so much money. Let's be 100% honest. The software is crazy. And it tells you what cards get posted up on the market, right? So this top price right here is the buyout price. That's what it's up on the market for. That's what it's up on the Madden market for. If you go, so like for instance, CJ Gardner-Johnson, if you were to go buy it for 20,000 coins, which is sitting on Xbox right now for 20,000 coins, and sell it for 37,000 coins, you would make 13,000 coins profit. Now, this is a card I would not buy, by the way. Like, I don't buy anything unless, yes, right here. Like, see, they're orange, right? If they're orange, you go buy it because the orange means that it has the biggest profit margin, all right? And then you go over to your Madden and you search up the card, all right? So, for instance, this Brandon Aubrey should be popping up for roughly 330K. Now, I'm going to go on my market, all right? We're going to see, can I find this card for 330K? Now, I want you guys to know this as well, all right? We throw this in there every single time, all right? You are not guaranteed to see the card pop up. You are not guaranteed to see the card pop up, all right? Because sometimes Madden just doesn't show the card to you. It's weird. If you know, but there's what's called ghost auctions. And so say my boy Jimmy over here posts 98 overall Brandon Aubrey for minimum, like 106,000 coins. I might not see it on my console, but Terry over here will because he's just lucky enough to see it. It's kind of all just kind of luck based in a sense, all right, boys? Also, last thing I'm going to say before we end this off, because I can't stress this enough. I see a lot of people say, saying stuff in the Discord about it. You have to know what these cards sell for, boys. Don't trust Mut Exchange all the time because think about it. This Brandon Aubrey doesn't sell often. This Brandon Aubrey maybe 5 sell per day. So say like 2 sell for 300K, 2 sell for like 600K, and 1 sells for 450K. All right. That means the average is going to be around 500,000 coins, 400,000 coins. So if a card would pop up for like 300K, Mut Exchange would say it's a snipe because the mean of it, right? The mean. Do you guys remember averages in school? Like, please tell me you paid attention in school. The average of what the card sold for was around 450K. But as you can see, there's one up for 350, one up for 380 because the card dropped a little bit in price. All right. So the market, you guys got to know, is constantly changing. And that's when you got to know some of the market yourself so that you're not getting yourself into a pickle and buying a card for for essentially not profit at all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, boys. Hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, yes, feel free to ask me. Don't hesitate to ask me down in the comments, boys. W video. Appreciate y'all. Peace.